So we have all these crit things to stack up our damage, but we need a huge, incredibly strong ball to benefit from all of it. And we found a secret cache side combo that will bring us that huge ball. So we can get a cookie, we can get a pollution into crit or a refresh. In hindsight, the refresh probably better. I am on Cruciball 7, so I only have one. But I have wanted to try a crit build for a while. And if we can combine that with pollution, we also have a way to survive, so that seems smart. So for now, we only have the one orb for pollution, but it also does more pollution on the crit, so it's already synergizing. Just not very well. We could maybe also look at some poison stuff as the Roundrel, since we have random debuffs on our shots anyway. We could combine some of the slime and the spider stuff into a more potent poison. And there is also a relic that gives you a random debuff on a crit, so then we could combine. It would be like a slot machine, basically. We gamble on crits and we get cool debuffs as a side bonus. Cauldron Bubble, very cool. Can hit everything. Strong start. It's a whole cauldron of poison. And here's the dude who has been bathing in the poison already. He had a bad time, which you can tell by the fact that he is now a ghost, and we used whatever powers was left in his rotten poisoned soul to boost one of my balls. Now a stronger cauldron bubble with more poison attached to it, because of course we siphoned the leftover poison out of the dead Peglin that we encountered. I wonder if I can do that with my rocks as well. Can I just dip them in poison? That would be much better. Technically, I guess that is what happens with the relic that lets all your attacks do poison. But I think I'm more interested in just finding a crit build. So the main thing I want is the relic that lets me do more damage for every crit I hit, and also some kind of ball to spawn crit pegs. But what else would be good in a crit build? If you have any ideas, let me know. 3 pegs is not gonna kill anything, but then he will still rot down, so all things considered, went very well. Big 1 damage. Okay, do we want anything here? Invest in any more balls? Maybe just go all in on that ball. Definitely helpful to have a strong ball right from the start. And it's extra good here where we can actually hit all these plants, and we're not gonna kill them with this ball, but we can get them rotting down immediately, which is nice. Because while I'm shooting into the first dude, the other two are just sniping my face off, or blowing me up with bazookas or whatever wild idea I had last time. They were bad boys anyway, these dudes. We got extra poison on the guy in the back, which is fantastic, because it will take a while before I can hit him. So this might actually end up going fine. It's easy to take just a lot of damage here. They shoot for 5 and they shoot still often enough for it to be a problem, especially with refreshes like that. So I'm kind of just relying on... We can shoot through the first 2 now with the transparency, which is great, so I can keep rolling out the debuffs. And if I get some poison and stuff, they will just fall over. Because these 2-3 peg shots, just awful. All around, terrible. And get some pegs over on this boy maybe, and make it count. And I'm never gonna get that refresh, that's just... But they're gonna tick down in a turn anyway, so... That still went okay, I guess. Took a lot of damage, no surprise. Do we want to invest in the... get more pollution as well? Crit multiplier. Okay, so here we actually have... This is one of the key pieces of a crit build. Because if you can then get the orbs and something that spawns many crits on the map, you will just multiply your damage every time you trigger a crit. So that's the way to really stack some big old insane numbers. Which is all that we want with the crit build, really. Big number or go home. Big balls, big numbers, big crits, big deletes. And maybe some big enemies will be falling over when they fight our big Roundrel as well. Everything's big. We're going Peglin extra large. Shungus all around. What would a big goblin Peglin thing look like anyway? But maybe after we ate everything in the kitchen on that one episode, we would be a huge Shungus of a goblin boy. That's a crit ball, but it's the wrong one. That just triggers crits in flight. It will work with the crit multiplier. But I really want the one that just spawns many crits on the map, so that I can then come in with a different ball that has more damage and stack up all the crits on that. So preferably we want multi-ball and whatever else we can find to make sure that we hit everything on the entire map with every shot after spawning a million crits. So the main problem there is that it relies on having the balls in the correct order, and I don't really have any control over the order of the balls in my bag. But we're doing fine with the rocks. Getting a transparency is also the perfect start, because now we can shoot through him, and even though we will do very little damage, we will hit the other dude with debuffs. Well, not with when we're using balls that don't actually shoot through, but principle works, kind of. Pretty cool, decent damage. Can crit up some more evolution as well, so we have more chance to crit. But he's gonna be dead anyway, so get some cash, move on, dig into the entire bomb pile while he's already dead, why not? And there's the ball I wanted. Convert pegs to crits. Invest in that ball, all in on investing in the one ball that will do the thing that will fix the build. More bomb damage, regain some more max health. Get the bombs, why not? Okay, so now we have our secret fried egg ball that will spawn many crit pegs on the map and also guarantee a crit when it's shot, but that's only on the ball itself. But we can now start doing things with the multiplier, which is the cool part. So I need more things to get this to be really wild, but the combo is on, it's happening. Spawned only one crit that time, which was terrible, but okay, more crits, more pierce. That's comboing fairly well with this. Cash is always good. We will see if that investment is relevant or not. But investing in your cash might be better than investing in your balls, because then you can invest in your balls so much more later. Peglin, a refresh sword, a spiness ball. Cool, that's kind of part of the build, what we're trying to do. That will give me bigger crits. Can do refresh damage. Bounce, cool. One of my favorite things lately. Just allows you to do things that you would never normally be able to do, like bounce back up on the map from a place where you are seemingly dead. Round 2 with Chungus and Dingus. Starting with a crit, getting the Spinfection rolling. We got different debuffs on them that time, so maybe I've just been lucky before where it looks like I get the same on both, but it could just be the random roll. Either way, pretty good poison stacks, and the Bramble, amazing against things that are already moving slow. You can keep them back and crit their balls off. I mean, they are just ruined before the map even started, and the Refilibuster sword just finishes everything off. Very nice. Hopefully we get something else cool here, because it is boss time next, so let's heal. I'm kinda very dead. Get the Spinfection, we have that on the bubble. It's strong as it is. Might as well have it be even better. And then we're going into Mole Man. And we have really only one ball that can shoot past. But we have the thing where we can pierce through with if we crit. Still only one crit on the map, and the egg ball is at the bottom of the bag, so it will be a while before we see that. Oh yeah, he's getting buffed every time I hit the tree now. That could be a problem. Also, fantastic hit, and I accidentally targeted the tree again. As usual, paying attention, kind of important if you're trying to do well. I'm never sure how much I care about doing well, though. At least on like medium crucibles and lower. Just do things, science, experiment, see what happens. If he dies, right? Whatever that meme is. With some more poison, he would already be dead. But we're fine here anyway, right? We have enough health that doesn't matter what we do. Upgrade the egg ball. Any cool relics? Multi-ball, fantastic. We can hit more pegs. That's exactly what we need. Or we can pierce more things with that. Okay, so it's basically a bomb option, or not a bomb option, but activating multiple crits if we want to do that. Being able to hit more pegs is exactly what we need. So now again, we just need to get the sack in the correct order so we can get the crits out first. Because everything now kind of depends on hitting more than one crit. We can pierce more targets that way, which means we can apply more debuffs. And we also get a damage multiplier for every crit. And we might be able to spawn more crits with having multi-ball on that. I don't know if it still has the same cap on the number of crit pegs it can spawn, or if that also goes up, but either way, we can spawn a lot of crits. We can maybe even find one more of those balls. But then I also just need a really big damage ball. So it needs to be like, have a huge number initially so that we can then get 2 of those balls with multi-ball, hit like 50 crit pegs and just multiply that into space. We are making some cash now also with our new cash carrot, or whatever it was called. It's a nice, not a snack. 20% more cash every question mark node, right. We can maybe use that, because there are cash balls that do more damage based on the amount of cash you have. And if I don't need to invest much more in my balls, we could just sit on a massive pile of cash and use that to get a very, very big ball for our Peglin extra large run. Sounds fitting. We can eat all the cash and become the biggest boy in the universe. And then we should be able to throw our balls so much harder and do more damage and multiply it with crits. Okay, I have a plan. I don't know if I can execute it, as usual. But there is a plan, and it should be cool. We need a Haglin as well. Or several Haglins, so he can pick up my rocks and give me something better in return. Especially if we are going to be filthy rich anyway. I need like 12 shops so I can just pick up all the pieces I need for the biggest crit ever seen. We find a chef, we get a bribe, we can discard more balls. Fantastic. Gambling. You never really deliver on anything I do with you, so I think I'm good. I'm just gonna move on. We get more question mark rooms, though for more cash. We've already made loads of money. A radiant energy ball that can upgrade all my rocks, or I can just force a rock into the power globe. Cool, let's do that. Let's break it with a rock. And because I got rid of a rock instead of upgrading all my rocks, the game wants to give me more rocks. Gonna fight those dudes instead. Use the fried egg ball, throw it into a rock, into 2 rocks actually. Spawn some crits, and then we'll see if we still don't have that many crits on the map, but it should be adding up now. Pretty good damage on that poison ball. It killed everything. Cool. So the crit stacking is now taking off. We still just need to find a big ball, and we should be fine. Burn in Hellfire a bit, because that is just tradition at this point. A magical ring that reflects damage. Cool. And we can also dump a pebble again. Nice. Kind of compensating now for all the rock-based shenanigans that we have had. And then we have the big rock himself. Well, not the biggest rock, but one of the bigger rocks. Start with some pollution, which does actually matter on this guy since he's not just eating me whole if he gets here. I don't feel like I'm spawning that many crits. I think maybe the bomb popping extra pegs actually just removes all the crits I spawn, so that's likely a mistake. But we do get a lot of pegs popped, and we do get some extra bomb damage, which helps. The poison is not really doing much. It's also, it adds up on longer fights, but the damage is just in the crits. Lightning ball, ghost. Now that's a ball that we want. Because of our magical carrot cash grab, that is actually a very big ball. And it's double on crit as well. Right, so I think we found our... we found what we need to make this big and strong and huge. Again, it just comes down to spawning more crits on the map. We could have used another fried egg ball for way more crits. And then we just need things in the right order. Starting with the best ball to throw out first. It's already a 50. I don't even have that much cash. But the good thing with the carrot is that the more cash we have, the more cash we generate. So it's just gonna spiral out of control. And if I can avoid buying anything else and hitting most of the cash on the maps and navigate through as many question marks as possible, maybe we can get this to be really big for the last boss. And with the crit multiplier, that was 1k on the map or something like that, and 3k when it hit her. We can do more coins and maybe boost our ball that way, or the chains to have more balls. Let's try the cash, because we do have a cash generation secret side combo going on. So that's just a perfect way to kind of tie this together into one build of some kind. I'm not sure if it will ever make sense, the big crits and the cash. But it is comboing in an odd way, because we have the cash ball. You can't reflect the bubble, which is nice, and the egg hopefully will do enough damage to just pop this. Nice, and then we need to just... Spiness could be cool, more crit damage, but I think it's more worth to just hang on to the cash, if I'm judging this right. And we will just... I need to remember also to go to the right rooms, and not navigate horribly by greeding for 1 coin, but missing an investment room and missing out on 20% of my overall cash. That would be the worst trade-in in the history of Peglin. I think we let that ball sit for a while and just hold on off on it. 72 is not big enough. Come back when you're like 400. And we just live with the regular mortal balls for now. And we also reflect damage when they hit me, nice. And the refresh sword. There's a lot going on in this build. Which is why I struggle to call it a build at all. That was 145 cash for just walking into a room. That's not bad. That carrot has more than paid off its own weight in gold by now. But we're not using the... We have some kind of pyramid scheme generating cash. But we are not using the money to buy things. Because why would you buy things when money just equals straight up damage? That's 116 on a crit now. And just remember that we also have multi-ball on that. So it's 116, but 2 balls. So it's a really, really big ball already. And I only have 1,000 cash. Surely we can pump that a lot higher. I don't know what's the highest amount of cash I've ever had in this game, but maybe we can hit a record here. And then we can come back at some point with a bigger and better cash build and just omega boost that ball into the heavens. Bird in Hellfire. I guess I do deserve to burn a bit now if I'm just robbing everyone else blind. Remove a ball, perfect. Eat my rock, Haglin. We have money, but do I want to spend it in a shop? We could get rid of another ball maybe. Or invest in another crit and make the money back. I think we just pass though. Haglin, you are just a roadblock on my path to infinite cash. I'm not spending it on you today. Although I assume I've spent like millions with Haglin so far anyway, so he can handle me arriving once and not buying the entire shop. We have the bomb pops nearby pegs. Cool. Extra loot. 2 crits, so I'm even more glad that we didn't pay Haglin 100 gold to buy 1 crit. I got 2 for free, but with a little bit of a bomb trick shot. Boosting the ball. How big is it now? 306. I said come back when you're 400, so... Or do we just try it? See what it can do on the black hole map where it's gonna hit like 4 pegs. See, that's an awful shot and it was still like 6,000 something. We are on to a winner here. But the biggest problem now is just hitting enough pegs. And we need to spawn these crits for the multiplier. Which is it's gonna be hard to pull off. I think we will have to come back to this. That Pierce on crit is also fantastic when you have a crit ball. Because we just ate all those goblins in one go. Instead of having to slowly and painfully work through them one by one. Or blow myself up with all the red bombs in the universe. I am still lacking in healing. I have the cash to heal, I guess, but I don't want to. I want to spend all my cash on... Well, I don't want to not spend any of my cash, so it can all be transformed into raw damage. To delete bosses in a big one tap. If I need to 2-tap something with a ball that big, something has gone horribly wrong. 328. Do the crits. As again, no pegs at all. 10,000 damage. And it's 14,000 when it hits him with the multiplier and the exploitable. This could work. I just need that cash carrot from the start, and then I need infinite question mark rooms. I already have a plan for a custom run where I can do this more wild. Yes, that would be nice. Big brain plants. Again, not looking at the map at all because I'm busy in my own brain cell devising more wild plans and builds. Is that like 20,000 damage? Over 30 when it hit. Okay, so how big did our ball get? What did we max it out as? 394. So that's like 58,000 or something on the map, and then hitting them for even more. Will we do 100k? Would be nice. Poison ball, I mean all of these balls are now just useless, except for this one, which we need for the multiplier. But again, I'm gonna get a bomb and yeah, they're all gone, and we get the multiplier on this ball, which is utterly and completely useless by comparison. Like, why would I multiply a fried egg when I have the giant cash ball of doom? This is probably the biggest shot I'm gonna get. Was that 93,000? So not quite 100, but it was a big one shot. From the huge crit cash build. We will come back to this, it was a fun one. If you have any tips on how to improve the build, or if you have any other specific builds you want to see, let me know. Thank you for watching.